What I do and what I hold back matters. The story of the widow's mite is Jesus establishing the standard for generosity that all followers of his are called to strive for, are called to reach. Now, you may have heard that the standard for generosity as a Christian is to tithe 10% of your income, but it's not. The standard set by Jesus is the standard of the widow. We are called to surrender and give everything to God. We are called to say, everything we have, everything I have is yours, God. You can give me back whatever you want to give me back, but I give you everything. And you tell me what to do with 100% of who I am and what I have. The 10% tithe is a useful and practical way to help you and me get started in the habit of giving, get started in the habit of trust. It's the milk before you have the meat. But let's be clear, it isn't the meat. It isn't the standard. The standard is not 10%. The standard is everything. And here's why. If I give 10% of what I have to God, what do I do with the 90%? In the gospel, like Jesus has really harsh words for the scribes this week. He has really harsh words for the scribes who love the attention and love being in the place of honor and love giving seemingly really large numbers of money, a large amount of money. But why? Why is Jesus so harsh? Like they're giving a lot of money, they're in the temple. Well, in part, he's being so harsh with them because what they're doing with the rest of their money is they're withholding it from people who need it. They've only given over to God a very small portion of their life and their finances. They haven't given everything. And the people who are suffering are the poor and the vulnerable. And he is so harsh with them because he's trying to wake them up. Their pride, their love of glory, it blinds them to the reality that what they're holding back, their lack of compassion, their spiritual blindness, it's preventing real people from having an alleviation of their pain and suffering. It's preventing real people who are really suffering from experiencing the love of God through the hands and means of other people. Living according to the gospel, it's not just about what you do. It's also about what you hold back. It's about what you don't do. It's not just about what you give. It's also about what you do with the rest of what you have. It's like, yeah, I gave God my 1 hour on Sunday. Well, what do you do with the rest of the hours that you have during the week? The standard for generosity, the standard for being a follower of Jesus is that you give everything, your life, your finances, your family, your health, your everything to God. And you let him give it back to you as he sees fit. Now, what I'm sharing with you is a hard teaching for me. I have not met the standard. It's really hard for me to live up to, but you know what? The standard is the standard. And the widow giving everything is the darn standard. So join me this week and take a look at what you give and what you hold back. Take a look at what you do with everything you don't give and see how God might be trying to work in you, how God might be inviting you to give a little bit more over to him. Well, God bless you. And remember, you were made to do hard things.